we care about this idea, which America is. America is an idea and has always been an idea of other people from other backgrounds coming to bring forth the idea that all men are created equal under God.
Well, I
think that's important.
Well, I get what you're saying, but I just fundamentally reject that America is an idea. America, yeah, America's a people, and so
it is a people.
Yeah, so
if America's a people, are you included in it?
Well, I'm an immigrant, and so I think you can assimilate and have people become part of your people.
It's a culture.
But it's like another analogy. I always use Korea because I'm Korean. I come from Korea. But let's say we have Korea, right? And then a Japanese person comes and begins, learns Korean, speaks Korean, and assimilates into Korea. Is that Japanese person Korean? No, absolutely not. But if that Japanese person marries a Korean and then for many generations assimilates and to the extent like they're indistinguishable from other Koreans, they're Korean, right? So there are immigrants who can assimilate and for many generations.
Well, they wouldn't be Korean. It would be the offsprings down the line that you would perceive as being Korean. Wait, so one more thing. So if America isn't an idea and a people, isn't that exclusionary to people like you? Or
that's fine.
Okay.
It's a culture, I think, as well. When I say idea, I mean it's a culture because it's shared beliefs, it's shared like fundamental mores. It is also people's home. People have been born here, people live here. I understand what that means. I know exactly what that means. I'm not trying to besmirch that in any way, but I am here to say like, America is important. I even posted on my Twitter yesterday being like, if it means that America becomes the shining city on a hill that it should be as this hope for humanity, I would be like the first on the boat going back. Send me to South Africa, bro. I'm out of here because I believe that America needs to succeed. That's how much I feel.
Yeah, but the world needs it.
It's so important.
The world needs the United States.
The world needs the U.S.
The reason it succeeds
Humanity
is because
needs the US.
we take people like you and put them on the boat. And you too, we need you as an American citizen. We need the best people on earth because we're trying to create the best government on earth. So I think you're fully, maybe an immigrant, I think it's I don't know, you say fully, you're fully American, dude. You probably understand civics better than I do.
Yeah, here's the thing. Here's like
Kingman,
my caveat.
you're one of us. Welcome.
Thank you. I appreciate it. But
what do you mean by us?
Wait, am I part of it? I don't know. I was born here. I wasn't born in any foreign country like you two immigrants were.
No, here's my point on this, where like America is a people. And then so when you start to get away from this idea that America, and like you can say America is an idea, but then you look at the Constitution and who was the Constitution written for? Who was the country built for? It was
Americans.
Their posterity, right? And so, it's for Americans and their posterity. So the posterity, the descendants of those who built America. Now, you can have immigrants assimilate, yes, of course, but the reality is people like me, especially those who come from very different cultures, and of course there's a lot of similarities between the West and the East, but you see this a lot with Somalian immigrants and African immigrants and Arab immigrants and all these things where, yes, you're going to have patriots, those who love America and very grateful for America, not only for its economic opportunity, but for what America stands for, its traditions, its customs, its history, its myth, its legends, its values. Yes, but I'm a rarity. I am a rarity. You know how many times I've been called a race traitor on the internet and online? You know how many friends I've lost?
You Koreans have been the model minority, however.
No, but the thing is, most Korean Americans don't think the way that I do. And this is where Korean Americans are, even the ones who agree with me, are still a minority among most Korean Americans who, yes, Korean Americans who moved here, yes, they all agree with me. But the children of Korean Americans, the second generation, the third generation, they largely disagree with me. They are very left-wing. Asian Americans, especially Asian American women, are the most liberal demographic in America by far.
Dangerous.
So, that's why I say it's like, if me not being able to run for office prevents people like Mazie Hirono from being in office, absolutely. And I don't see anything wrong with that, because those who should make the rules and enact legislation and lead the country should be Americans. In the same way, I wouldn't want to see, Indians or Japanese or all these different, or white people, God bless all you guys, lead and be in parliament in Korea, in the National Assembly in Korea, be the president of Korea, things like that, right? So, people say I'm a self-hating immigrant. No, like I love who I am, right? I am Korean, but I'm also Korean American because I grew up in America. So I'm an American, but I'm Korean. So I'm still struggling through that identity.
Well, you're ethnically Korean. You're not a citizen of the ROK. You're an American citizen.
Right. But like anywhere I go in the world, right? They'll instantly recognize me as Korean first. You know, when I go to Korea, they never speak to me in English first. They speak to me in Korean first. Why? Because I look Korean and I come from Korea.
In Korea, they view you still as a Korean.
Yeah, absolutely. Because it's just that's who I am, right? So I'm still struggling and I'm still wrestling through this identity crisis that I have. But ultimately, I love America. I love America. I love its Christian foundation, the rich history that America has. I do not apologize for America's history at all. People say disavow this. Yes, there were flaws in every nation's history, but I love America so much. But at the same time, I recognize that I'm an immigrant. I'm a guest, and I want America to be America as much as possible, which is America for its descendants. And that's what I believe.
I don't want you voting, but at the same time, I don't want any of us voting either.
Let me vote. We don't have an ethnicity in the U.S. That's the difference about this country, like almost every other country on earth, especially the older countries. There's no ethnic thing to go back to. Like
I do believe that there was an ethnogenesis in America at its founding. I do believe that it was mainly West Africans and white Anglo-Saxon Protestants. And that was the ethnogenesis of America where, yes, like those West Africans and the foundational Black Americans, they call themselves that today, right? But they are Americans. I believe that they are Americans, but there was a distinct ethnogenesis, I believe, in American history when at the foundation of America, it was white Anglo-Saxon Protestants and West Africans. And now, doesn't mean that if you're not of those lineages that you can never become American. No, I don't believe that. Like some of the greatest Americans in history have been like Italian immigrants and things like that, right? But I think we have to be real. I love the Italians. The Italians are great.